And I noticed after having the device and sleeping with it at night and just having it with me, and the next thing that I'm noticing is that when I get out of the shower, I'm taking that towel and I'm just moving it, and drying my back, which I couldn't do that. And and I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Hey, Gina, thanks so much for coming to spend time with me today.
Thank you. It's great to be here, Tracy.
Well, I am so looking forward to hearing your story. So can you start off just by telling the listeners a little about how you were feeling prior to coming to QHS?
Yes. Feeling pretty good, really. But this shoulder here, the supraspinatus, after many different injuries, is completely torn. And so there's always been limited movement, and just a little bit of pain, and I noticed after having the device and sleeping with it at night and just having it with me, and I got it, I came in with the Loved One Society, and so I got mine in May, and I didn't get to use it the first week or something because it wasn't functioning. So I let it go dead, they said, for a week, and then it started back up. Anyway, so mid-May, and the next thing that I'm noticing is that when I get out of the shower, I'm taking that towel and I'm just moving it, and drying my back, which, I'd wrap it around and just sort of pat my back, because I couldn't do that. And and I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I haven't been able to put my bra on the right way, but I can put both arms behind my back and reach and put the strap on instead of putting it on front ways and sliding it around backwards.
Wow. So you've increased your mobility substantially.
Oh gosh. I mean, look at this. And
wow.
You can't, and my doctor was just like, whatever you're doing, Gina, just keep doing it, because he, when I first have gone in, whenever I've re-injured it, he's always, pressing down, and I can't raise it up, I can't raise it up past here. And then when he put pressure on it, it's like, oh no, I'm not even going to try. That just hurts. But yeah, this is just amazing. It's just amazing.
How long did it take you, Gina, when you noticed that big difference?
At least a month. Let's see,
Okay.
May, June. Yeah, at least a month, and maybe a little longer, maybe into the second month. And then I just, I had to test it. I had to keep testing it. So every time I'd shower, boy, I'd get it. And it's wonderful to be able to even scrub your back with something, and because, you just, especially if you've got issues with pain, you just don't want to bring that on. So,
yeah.
but
yeah, you're guarded.
Yes. And I've suffered with this on and off since I wrote notes because I've done this so many times since 1980. And
wow, 43 years.
Yeah, early marriage. I was on campus at UAB and helping, because I was strong, I was helping somebody to move a file cabinet and just, grab the handles and was gonna, and I thought, uh-oh, I shouldn't have done that. And and so that was one of the first times. And then later on, I remember even after I moved here to Arkansas, I was a lifeguard and teaching swimming. I was with the Red Cross, and the boys at the Quapaw Community Center were struggling to swim across the pool. And I said, you know, I'm as old as your grandmother, and I could beat you swimming across the pool. And they're like, no, you can't. And I said, well, let's just have a race. And sure enough, as soon as I swam across the pool, and I was sitting on the side before they even hit it. But then the next day, my shoulder hurt so bad. And
Oh,
my husband was laughing at me, and he said, I bet you didn't even warm up. And I said, well, it was a heated pool. I
it was
figured
warm.
it was warm enough.
Oh, you're a kick. I love it.
So I just, you know, and it's one thing after another. And the last thing, I've had all sorts of careers. I used to be a computer tech for Macy's back in the 80s, and that was hurting myself moving boxes and things like that. But yeah, that, and I'm trying to think, when was the last time I heard it? Oh yeah, after COVID. I became a massage therapist, and that actually helped because I was really working a lot. But then at some point, I was working too much, and I actually had my arm in a sling, and my clients were like, Gina, we can't let you work on us like that. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. It only hurts when I stop, and it's just hanging. When it's just hanging, that's when it
Oh,
hurts. If I'm working, I'm fine. And so they're like, well, okay. So I I worked through that, and was able to, you know, keep working. But then COVID hit, and then we had a lockdown, and by then I was 65 anyway. And I thought, well, I don't think I want to go back to having to work in the downtown area where you just, it's too crowded. It's a small town, but still it was too busy that way. And but anyway, I've just always kept up, you know, kept moving through it. But when I was at home, I remember one morning my husband had gotten up earlier, and he's the cook in my castle. So he had fixed everything and had breakfast done, and lunch was
lucky you.
being, oh God, I don't know what I'd do if I had to cook. But so when I was feeling guilty, and when I got up late, and he had done all this, and I said, well, that's not fair. What can I do? And he said, well, the kitchen floor sure needs mopping. And I said, well, okay. And so he was going to take a shower and shave and all that. And so, I mean, as Tracy, as soon as he got in the bathroom and closed the door, I jumped up and got dressed, came into the kitchen. I was sliding the island out of the way, which is on rollers. And you know, I was down on the floor just with both hands, and just cleaning the floor like this, you know, and just wiping it up.
You are so funny.
And so he got up, and I was done. But then the next day I couldn't move my arm. I couldn't move my arm, and I had to go in and see the doctor. And that's when I ended up going to a surgeon. There was a new guy in town, and he wanted me to see this guy because I'd been in so many times. I mean, from 2010 on through 2021, just on and off doing physical therapy for it. And so anyway, I had gone to this surgeon, and they did an MRI, and it showed it, the supraspinatus, which is the top one. It you know, totally torn. And he said the only way that I could get full movement in it and have any any results would be if I had surgery. And I just refused. I said, well, I guess I'm just going to have to deal with it. So
Yeah. My husband had shoulder surgery, and he eats like this. He shaves like this.
Yes. And as a massage therapist, I help people with this that's what I was doing, was helping people with that kind of thing. And so I didn't want to get frozen shoulder. So I did keep moving it, but I did some more PT, which helped. But once again, still limited movement and a certain amount of pain, which kept me from moving it in those full directions that it needed to be. So yeah, for me, it's remarkable.
Do you feel pain now, Gina?
No.
So if you say 10 is like great pain, 1 is no pain, what number would you say you were?
I'm at 1. Oh. Well, at moments it would have been at a 10, but it was probably, well, and like I said, I limited my movement because I knew it was going to hurt, and it's one of those where you just go
like a knife, stabbing pain.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, you just limit your movement. And I don't know at what point my brain said it's not going to hurt, go ahead and move. But like I said, and I've heard this story from others that, all of a sudden I'm like, wow, that's just, that's just amazing. And it doesn't hurt. So yeah.
Must be divine intelligence, told your brain, it's okay now, Gina, go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. And pretty soon that shoulder is going to be completely repaired because you're going to go in the Q-arc and have a healthy 30-year-old body. What excites you about that?
Oh, everything. It's just so exciting. Everything is. In fact, and I hear all the ladies saying, they don't want to have a period and all this kind of stuff. The sweetest thing my husband said to me, and we tried to have kids, but we couldn't. We waited too late. I didn't want them. And then I did, and it was too late. And, but I'm not even sure that we could have conceived anyway, because my hormones were always just so erratic and nothing. So I didn't even have periods. Sorry, y'all, but that's just it. But the sweetest thing he said to me was, I was telling him, somebody said, some lady was on one of the calls and said she and her husband already had 5 kids and they were ready to start a whole nother family and have 7 more kids or something. And he looked at me and he said, that would be fun to have a family.
Aww. Oh my gosh. Is that just awesome?
I know. So I don't know. Here we are. I'll be 70 in 2 years.
But your body's going to be 30. So anything goes, girl.
I know. So now, yeah, we're really talking about it. So that might be something that we do. But with Loved One Society, I'm going to be very busy with all sorts of things, helping move finances to help change the world. And so that's got to be a big part of what I'm going to be doing. And just like Ron says, we're going to live longer so that we can actually accomplish these things that we want to. So I'm just over the moon excited about all that.
Me too. And these children that are going to be born to, these enlightened beings are going to have a different experience than the children like that I raised, because it's going to be a different world. And it's actually made me think, gosh, maybe I do want more kids, because it's just going to be a different, right? They're going to be cosmopolitan. We're going to be dragging them with us wherever we go.
Yeah, Exactly. Exactly. It will. It's going to be totally different.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, think
I'm
about it.
I'm on. Well, about 10 days ago on one of our Friday Q&A calls, John ended it. It wasn't this last one. It was the one before. Did you hear
I
him?
heard him. Yes. Yes. And it just spoke to me and I said, he's right. He's right.
I need to make a little short video. John has so many little quips of wisdom that I've pulled to make a couple videos. I think I need to grab that one because that one was really like inspiring to
It was
many of
so
us.
beautiful. It was so beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to do that. So what would you like to say in closing, Gina?
Oh gosh. Um, for those of you who haven't gotten even this one, just hang in there because I think it's remarkable. I think it's remarkable, and I'm very excited about this because a lot of us have been hearing about uh, healing beds and the new technology, and I could just burst into tears thinking about it. Really, it's just so exciting that it's happening in our time. And I know that my parents, they paved the way because they went to 50 countries in the world helping people release limiting concepts and dramas and traumas in their lives, invited to these countries, and they traveled and did this. And I know that they thought they would be here for this, but I guess they were here just to pave the way for us so that we could finish it.
Wow, what a blessed life you must have led having cool parents like that.
Well, I know a lot of people wondered why we didn't travel with them, but they needed somebody stable to do their paperwork. And so James, who had been handling bookkeeping for companies in the past, he was able to do that for them. And I helped them with their newsletter and different things like that too. So, but yeah, they needed somebody to do that kind of, you know, all the earthly stuff.
Wow, that's really cool. That's awesome. Something to be proud of for sure. Well, I am looking forward to seeing you for part 2, Gina. Will you come back and do another one post QArc?
You betcha, Tracy. You betcha. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, me too, my friend. It's going to be a blast.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I so appreciate you.
So much fun. So much fun.
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. QuantumHealingSystems.org. Thank you.